lot of negativity going on the social media, and it is very important that we are deliberate about not adding to such negativity. On today's live, we're looking at data and reality. My name is Joyce Jakarta. As always, I'm not doing this alone. I have Sambu Solomon, Prudence Bruger, and an August visitor, Jemima Emmanuel. It's July, but we have an August visitor.
in July.
How you doing? Let's start with Jemima. How you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning, everyone.
It feels good to have you. And
Thank
Ejida Todi, well, he's not with us today. He had to attend to other official responsibility. So, of course, his shoe has to be filled.
Yeah, sure.
And our August visitor is right here seated. You're welcome.
Able and capable.
Thank you.
Prudence Bruger.
Good morning.
Morning.
It's always nice to be on today's live.
Feels good to have you, Sabu Sulobo. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
You
I'm
look
good.
great. You look good.
Thank you very much. Like always, right?
Wow.
You know, as they always say, gonna be people know they carry last.
See, we should
We
not
are
even
always
start.
shining.
We should not even start. Let's not even go there. Meanwhile, to my people out there, Inakwanunku. Good morning. Unado. Someone told me that can you just say Inakwanunku? Inakwanunku. I hope the person is actually fulfilled. And let me add one language that on the last day in heaven we're going to be speaking. Nasuni Shomo.
I beg to differ.
No,
I beg
I hope
I
they,
beg to differ.
I hope they are not watching upstairs. You know what I mean.
Well, let's talk about social media. Today, the world, well, it's a global village. When you hear the word global village, well, it's talking about the fact that we can reach out to one another regardless of the country you are, regardless of the continents. Informations can be seen and can be passed in real time. It's just quite unfortunate that, like I said in the opening, there are a lot of negativity, a lot of people's belief, ideologies, their values, their principles have been thrown because of what they continue to interact with, or continue to see, or continue to read on social media. And you hear people saying, oh, now my data. You can't come and tell me what to do with my data. Let's talk about data and reality. As much as it's your data, what value are you getting from the data? Because like I said, there are negativity, but there are also some positivity that is going on there. And there are a lot of people that today, when they talk about their businesses, when they talk about their growth, when they talk about the skill that they actually acquired, they will also applaud the existence of social media, how that it has helped in even promoting their businesses, help them in acquiring skills. Some other people will tell you how that daily they study. There are people they follow on social media, their live session, their lessons that they actually learned that had even improved their skills, their businesses, that had so much impact on all of that. While some people have made YouTube their new school, others are on YouTube just saying,
Catching
now my
cruise.
data, I decide what I want to watch, so I can watch all manner of videos, and now my data. So let's talk about the reality of this social media data and what is actually obtainable.
Okay. All right. You said I always laugh before I start my point. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, about data and reality, I think the major issue is that a lot of people tend to make it this way. It's my data, so data works data. Reality, life is different. They're not the same. But for people that you're talking about, how the social media has become a platform for them to actually advertise their products and make their products known out there, things that will aid their businesses. Yeah, they did this. They brought in reality to the social media. because a lot of people out there, we are not bringing in reality to the social media. It's like the social media life is a different life entirely. So everybody just lives that kind of life on the social media. You have the Instagram live, you have the YouTube live, you have the everybody has TikTok live, the crews, the people that are just out there. Let's just enjoy ourselves and flex it. Data. Your data goes and it runs in speed. It just goes pew, 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 pew. And at the end of the day, it's more like you did not do nothing to add value to yourself. But in reality, whatever you're putting your hands to do, you need to do it to add value to yourself and add value to your community. I always talk about adding value to your community because I personally feel like that's of interest. Sometimes if I don't see any form of result in what I'm doing, I'm like, did I actually do anything worth it? Am I working in the right path? And that's a personal feeling, and I think that it's a feeling that everybody should have, so that you know when you're working, when you're being real to yourself, when you're deliberate about adding value, about being productive in your life. And a lot of times when we're talking about social media, nobody talks about social media and productivity. But then again, that's where you find a lot of people being productive. See, for instance, the skit makers. They use their data to get money and they are rich. The general manager always says this thing a lot of times. He talks about how somebody is just sitting at home and he just does one small skit with his small phone at home, and he's just getting 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 20,000 views, and someone there is there adding value to this person with your own data instead of adding value to yourself. So there are a lot of ups and downs going on in social media, and we don't think value when we are using our data.
Thinking value.
Well, talking about data and reality, I feel that it should be an intentional act. That is one. And then it comes from your mindset. It comes directly from your mindset. That is why you see people adding value, and then others are just there as if they got the data without spending for that. So a lot of people can use the data to educate themselves. When you talked about the YouTube, Facebook, some people go to school online. Like, you don't see your mates, you don't see anyone, and at the end of the day, you get to first class. You use your data in a positive way. Others go online, putting a lot of insults on other people, creating havoc up and down. It means they are using their data in a very negative way. So getting value for your data, I feel, means when you use it in a very positive way, when you impact people. There are certain people you don't get to meet at all, but they know you online for positive things. They know you for good things. They will talk about you without ever seeing you. They may even see you and not recognize you. But because you were positive in all that you did, you're creating impact. You're adding value without physically being there in reality.
You know, people always think that, oh, if I'm not physically present, so it doesn't matter. Like, and then the life people portray out there, especially on social media. I just pity people that go on social media and become depressed. Like, they feel, oh, my life is not good. I'm not living my best life. Oh, look at how my mates have gone far. Oh, this one is driving this car. Oh, look at the beautiful pictures this lady is posting. Look at this, look at that. In reality, some of these people, they borrow the phone, they borrow the clothes, they borrow the hair, they borrow the cars, and then all this life, they just bring it up on social media so that you will think that this is who they are, but in reality, it's far from their real self. There are people that go on social media and even change their names because they don't want like
You
they,
don't
they
want
want
to
to
be
live a
identified.
different life on
Yeah.
social media.
Yes.
And I was going to say, you said some people borrow the car. Some people don't even borrow the car. It's like you're just passing. Oh, this car is very nice. And you take this picture. You just stand beside the car and you're just holding some fake keys
So, you
to
know,
make it look
yes.
like it's yours.
Beyond
A
trying
lot
to,
of fake
to
lives.
satisfy people, beyond trying to go on social media to join trends like the in thing, because everybody's showing off, let me also show up. Can you think of that data that you're always subscribing? Do you know that there are people that on a daily basis they spend more than 5,000, 10,000 online? And then there are these people that they spend such money, they get more than that, the value of. You were talking about skid makers, how that they can just post a video of less than 2 minutes, but they will have over 20,000 views. Do you know how much they are earning by just you clicking on that video to watch? So as you're spending hours, as you're spending almost like a whole day on social media, what are you doing? Are you adding value? Are you getting value for your data? Or you're just there whiling away time? Just everything that comes on your timeline, you click. Everything that comes, you click. As you're clicking, you're adding value to those people, while at your own detriment. That's if you're not clicking on the right content. There are people that go on social media, they follow preachers that like they get impacted, they get like their faith is being built up, like because of the kind of people, knowledge is increased, they learn skills, they do a lot of things. That's one of the advantage of the advancement in technology. You're at the comfort of your home, you can just using your data learn a lot of things. But it's just quite unfortunate that so many people use it wrongly. You're not learning anything, you're not giving any value, you're just living a life that is far from reality.
It's even draining you at the end of the day.
And you see, when you talked about this issue of data, it will shock you that most of those people that use their data for negativity, they are not the ones that load the data. Yes. You will hear, I don't have data. Please, can you do 2 gig for me? Please, can you do 5 gig for me? I was just watching this
on
one.
your status.
Yes, and I'm almost finishing the video and my data, and it's impactful. Maybe they are just lying. They just want to put you on a fix, and then before you know it, okay. And funny enough, you'll find out that like you said, the status. You understand? You have like over 200 people on your status, and then once you drop it there, someone is just feeling, okay, let me just do this data for her. This one is doing 1 gig, this one is doing 1 gig. This, at the end of the day, you are gathering like 10 gig, and then that thing you're like, wow, now I have enough. You start streaming things that are not important, things that will not add value to you, and then before you know, you start posting stuff that are irrelevant, and then following some sites that would not add value to your life. And you see, the funny part of it is that devil is very, very crafty. So he know the way, his ways, when he comes to manipulating us, how we do things. Before you know, something will just pop, and then you are thinking, can I just click this and then see what's up? And then you are there. The next thing, you are curious, like you want to finish whatever content that is there, and before you know it, you are there. Something similar comes up, and then you want to join, and gradually, before you know, your time gone. Yes, issue of addiction comes in, and is settled. So before you know it, your life will just be stuck, and you will just be caged on one pattern on how to do things. And that's when, before you realize, again, resources is gone. And then when you sit down and start calculating the amount spent on data, on watching nonsense, permit me to use that word, you realize that if you are to invest that amount, like sometimes you ask yourself, you mean I spend this amount on data? And the reality will be done on you that, man, all this while You wasted time, you wasted resources without any impact.
Do you know that there are people that prefer not to eat but have data on their phone?
Yes,
Yes.
I heard someone saying that, oh, how long do you use your data? Like how much and how long? And the person said, I subscribe 5K and at most a week. And I was not tight.
And some, once they don't have that data, they look like they are sick.
Yes.
Like something is wrong
wrong.
somewhere. They have to. Once they get it, they are back alive. Like, whoa.
Is that
I
issue
actually
of
met
addiction that
someone
you talked about earlier? Yeah.
Yes.
So
I
if you are
actually
not
met
careful,
someone who did not have, okay, so she haven't developed a problem, and she's like, how am I going to leave? Oh my god, I'm not going to be on Facebook for like how long? I need to get my phone as quick as possible. And I'm like, it's just the phone, that's not your life. But then we're not even looking at it like that. It's like we're focused on one thing, and if you're focused on that thing, that's all. So social media, apart from social media, there's nothing else that matters. So we belittle our lives to social media. You said addiction, that's the thing. You just become very addicted to social media and you are not of relevance to yourself whatsoever.
Prudence is different. It's different if I have a business and then I use my social media platform as the point of contact.
Yes.
I should be
Different.
worried
Yes.
when I'm offline.
Yes.
But in a situation where it is not business, I'm not learning, I'm not schooling, like, and then
It's just like
it's just for me to go through the timeline and see what is happening, go to some fashion site, go to some videos and just watch and have fun and all of that, and then you are looking so sick because you don't have data.
then
You
there
know,
is a problem
yes,
somewhere.
the idol that some people have turned data, even data itself, to be an idol. And that is why if they are out of the data, it looks like, oh, their life have come to an end. And you hear somebody say, like Mr. Solo is saying, oh, can you do this, or can you do, and person will say, how dare you talk to me like that? You know they subscribe for me, you don't subscribe for me. So it has become that valuable that, see, if you don't sub for me, you don't subscribe for me, you don't have the right to tell me anything. So that's to tell you
It's
how
my data
to date.
is my phone.
It's my data, is my phone. And no wonder you see people today, even at places of worship, people are still on their
They
phone.
can't help it. They can't.
I said earlier on, there are a lot of negativity, but you have to be deliberate not to add to it. And then the consistency in just, oh, let me click here, let me click here, before you know your whole day, your whole time, and it becomes an addiction. You have to be deliberate about, first, even the people you keep as friends, the pages that you're in, the people you follow, like what content comes out from them, because that's what will be reflected on your timeline. Are they things that are going to add value to you? Like, will it motivate you to also be a better version of yourself, or are they things that will weaken your faith? Like at some point, I had someone on my timeline or on my friend list that is always posting against what I believe. Oh, there's what do you think when I tell you that there is no God, there's no heaven and hell, it doesn't exist? Like every morning the person made it a point of contact to write against my belief, whether you like it or not. The fact that you continue to expose yourself to such information, you might find yourself one day thinking, it's like it's true.
Yes.
You get,
I think
because
he has a point.
so before you know, that has a way of affecting you. The person will tell you, oh, things that it is your own effort that gives you are crediting it to some God that does not exist, and when you fail, you are crediting it to another devil that you don't even know. So you have to be deliberate. What kind of content are you exposing yourself to? Yes, it is your data, but your life is at stake. People don't know that there are a lot of people that have committed suicide, and it is because of the information they expose themselves to on social media. Somebody will just make a write-up and tell you that you own your life. Nobody should tell you anything. When people say what and what's, you are 18, you are an adult, you are this, you are that, a lot of ideology coming up, and then people are beginning to, oh, that's true, I'm an adult. Oh, why are my parents just stressing me? Why can't I live my life? And then by the time people start questioning your way of life, you feel, oh, let me just take my life.
Yes, very true. And I think that Jemima mentioned this earlier on. Some people just go on the social media to make nuisance, to make unnecessary noise, to become bullies, and because we are so
Data boys.
oh, okay, all right. But yes, but then my point right now is that they are so focused on giving out negative, and a lot of people go out there and thrive on these negativities that they gave. See, over during the elections that just ended in Nigeria, we had a lot of these kind of people that just went on. So long as you're not my party, this is what I would dish to you, and you hear a lot of negative things. There were a lot of uproars on the media, to an extent that somebody came out on the media to say that a certain party's followers are threatening his life, and all that. So we begin to see threats and harassment on social media, and it becomes a social norm. It's a norm, and people don't even bother about it so long as it's not affecting them at that moment. When she spoke about depression and leading to suicide, a lot of people are not seeing those things. I have mentioned that I'm a movie person, so sometimes I really do watch movies, and in some of these movies you find storylines that you could easily relate to. So imagine that it's someone who is up there suddenly has a crash, and people go on social media and begin to give negative words, and this person just goes back and feeds on these negative words. It gradually creeps into the person's heart, and then the person ends up committing suicide or one thing or the other. So what happens is that we let things sometimes we carry our hands and go and buy our death certificates, because if you're not doing the right thing on social media and you're invested in all the wrong things, you're just leading yourself gradually, as slow as it can be, to death. You're not seeing that it is moving towards that direction. See, that I will wake up in the morning and the first thing I do is to check if I have any messages, to go on Instagram and see what's the new thing, or go on TikTok to see what's the new trend, or go on the others, Pinterest, and lots more. They are just out there, lots of them, and that's just your focus. Okay, let me just see what's going on. But it's not like you're doing anything important there. You're just scrolling. Let's see the feed. Let's see what these people have. You don't even have something to bring out and give them. Interestingly, but the thing that happens, and I said on international TV.
It's allowed.
It's not allowed.
It's allowed.
All right, so the interesting thing is that instead of opening your mind to being creative, this thing kills your creative sense, because you keep on dwelling on other people's creativity, and you're not channeling it to make your own creativity blossom. So you're killing your creativity. Everybody is creative. That's the truth of the matter. As small as it might be, every single creature, every human being is creative at your place of, like, it's just that you probably haven't found out where you are creative in. But my point now is that because you keep on feeding yourself with I'll borrow the word you used, although I will not say it. But the more you feed yourself with that, you end up having to kill your own creativity, your initiative, your intelligence. You're killing it. You're just focusing on negative things, terrible things, and making yourself a terrible person at the end of the day. And we keep on doing that. We're not seeing that we are doing the wrong things. Then your data begins to go, and it goes, and tomorrow you're borrowing from MTN, you're borrowing from sorry for that, but But my point is that you just borrow from these networks, and at the end of the day, they tell you something like, your limit for borrowing is exhausted, and you start scouting all over. You're looking for, I just need to be online. Let me see what's going on. I can't
And you're
not
ready
see
to
what is
do
going on.
Anything.
Yes.
Just to
Yes,
come back
so-
online.
So the social media now transcedes to the reality. It becomes your reality. You don't have data, so your life now becomes, how do I get data? That's your focus.
And you see, sometimes I will load data, and then before you know it, the data is gone. I'm like, no, seriously. I will check balance. I will see 0. Oh, that funny alert. You have one.
lady said that
you-
she thinks that there's somebody at the office of the network provider that is actually sharing her data, because how can I subscribe and then in an hour time or two I'm seeing that, oh, my data is being exhausted, forgetting that those links you were clicking, those videos you were watching,
Yeah, that's
exhausting
it.
the
Yeah,
data.
because sometimes, like I said, you see, this content generators. You understand? They will just drop something, give him a very sweet caption, and then they'll be like, "Watch till the end." And before you know it, you are just following. The reality will just be done on you. Like, this data is supposed to browse, go online, research on certain things because I'm coming on this particular show or that show, and then it's gone. And I'll start thinking, should I call Joyce and say, please, can you just do 200 MB for
change
me?
the name,
So
change the name. Can you call?
Well,
but I know I can't. Okay.
okay, talking about data, reality, and creativity, I would go with prudence. I think it has made humans generally to lose their creativity. Take, for instance, when we were all in school, people always go to the library to study. But with the coming of data and everything, you hardly see people there. Once an assignment is given, everyone wants to just browse it. And then
Copy it.
whatever you are given, you just copy it like that. You don't even proofread to check if what you are writing makes sense. You just copy and then you've gone to submit. Nobody wants to stress himself. Everybody wants the soft life. That is what data has done. So it has made us to lose our creativity to a large extent. We just go online and whatever we see, we feed on it. We just go anywhere and whatever we're given, we collect as if we're beggars. Nobody thinks anymore. And do you know that if we sit down, we'll come up with a wonderful piece? Very you'll be shocked yourself. But then I don't want to stress myself.
Jemima, while like I said, while some people are anchoring on the negativity, there are people that are making making the most of the social media. Now, what I mean by that is that there are people that are using their social media handle to create content that are impactful, and they also earn from seeing. Now, when I'm researching, I can decide to go to Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, get their point of view from same topic, and gathering from all of those knowledge, I could come up with another piece. It didn't just take it didn't replace the physical library, even though for some people it has replaced. And for me to go, if I have to pay transport to go to maybe a state library or in the national library, and then I can use my phone and still get the same content, because there are some of these books we still have it in soft copies. If I can have access to it, so why travel or why spend transport to go that far? So if you have that understanding, it's going to help you to even see, like, access different sources and still come up with your
Wonderful piece.
Yes.
If you're
So
able to put in the work.
the problem I
get-
think is that some people are just lazy.
Yes,
So
yes,
when
that's
I
the
just
word.
check on this, the first person that just come, I don't even verify the source. I just copy and paste. And now we have apps that even if it's projects that you copy, your supervisor can check if you actually plagiarize, and then it's out there. So the main thing about this, as much as we know it has made life easy for some people that care to make it easy for themselves in terms of researching, in terms of studying. I can just be on the bed and still read different content from different sources on the social media. There are some people that are just bent on all the pop-up adverts that comes on their phone, be it negative, be it content that are that are against their value system. They just, let me just watch what is happening. Is it not trending? So let me also have a view of what is actually happening. So they don't make the most of their data. But you can be deliberate about your presence on the social media. I've said it on this platform that there are a lot of people that lost on job opportunities because they didn't make the most of their social media handles. Like, you go on social media, you make posts, like you say things that are even, like, says a lot about your moral. Like, and then you go and apply for a job, you write all the beautiful things about yourself and why your employer should employ you, and then he just sees your name and say, oh wow, her name is Jemima Emmanuel, let me go on. And then he search and see you posting all sorts of nude picture or saying things that are just awkward. You think the person will employ someone that wants his organization to grow. That was how a lot of people lost on job opportunities, that they didn't even have an idea. I submitted an application, nobody is calling me, but you don't know the things that you have on your timeline. When they are burning issues, when they are burning issues in your country, what are your contribution towards it? When things are trending, are you that kind of person that wants to trend? There's these pictures that everybody is posting, apple of God I don't wake, and they show all their nude picture, and you too, you want to go and do it and post, and then you want to work in an organization that somebody like use his sweat, his blood, everything to actually build that organization. No, you won't get employed. So today we are in a world that you can even start a business with zero kobo. If you have your data, they are online marketers. You can just go to somebody that has the physical store and has the product. With your phone, snap those products, post it on your whether WhatsApp, whether Facebook, all your social media platform. Put the price. Maybe the person say, I'm giving it for 1,000 naira, and you put it for 1,200 naira. You're earning 200 naira from each product, something that you didn't spend money to go and buy. And then just when they make order, you go to the physical store, pick it and deliver it to the person. There are a lot of people that's living like that, that are surviving on that. So why not make the most of your social media? You always subscribe. You subscribe 5,000 a week, 10,000 a month, and yet you're not making the most of it. Instead, you keep spending it on negativity, things that are not even adding value to you or people that are around you. There are people that are deliberate every morning. They are consistent with posting nuggets that are impactful to the society. I always say, beyond your existence, I'm living in a world, I sleep, I wake up, you sleep, you wake up. Think about adding value. Think about impacting the world. Think about leaving the world a better place. It's not just about, I'm employed in this organization, so I just wait when it's month end, they pay me, and that is all. You start counting again from another day one. Have you sat to ask yourself, what is my purpose of even being on this social media? What am I doing? Am I adding to the negativity that a lot of people are complaining about? Or I have ways of correcting it? Or I'm being positive? I'm trying to set that pace. I'm being different. These are questions that people should be asking themselves, and it always starts from the circle you keep. Like I will always say, this circle is beyond physical. This Jemima is my friend, Prudence is my friend. Who are those people that you are accepting their friend requests on social media? Who are they? What are they posting? People send friend requests, and I just view profile. There's that option. View profile. Who is that person? I go through your timeline. What are the things you're posting? It says a lot about you. There's no way you post something you don't believe in. I hear people say, if you follow what I used to post, you're on your own. It says a lot about who you are. If you don't believe in that, you won't post it.
Out of the abundance of the heart, you will not say what is not in your heart. So whatever you see is what is in your mind.
Out of the abundance of the heart,
the mouth.
No, the body act it.
Have
You see-
not
you
seen
see-
people's comments on
Mm.
other people's posts? You'll be like,
Mm.
wow, is it this person that made this
Mm.
this comment?
And some will go as far as tagging you. You made mention of the friends you accept. You just accept someone just because he sent you a friend request, and then tomorrow, and then people are respecting you, people are following you on your timeline, and then tomorrow someone somewhere that you cannot even defend, like you don't know from him from Adam, you can't say this person is related to this guy or to this person, or this is where he stays and the rest, and then he just puts something that is just contrary to your belief totally, and he tags you simply because you have followers, because he knows that the things you post are things that are very relevant, and then he feel this time around is not what you are posting, is the followers that you have, and then he feel once he posts such stuff, definitely people on your timeline will add to whatever he's posting, and then like before you know it, people like is it Prudence that is posting this? People will start wondering like what's happening. That's when you will see a serious minded friends will call you. Hello, did they hack your account? like yeah.
Just over a week, no, just during the week, last week I think, someone came into my house and like, did you hear what happened to this woman? Say, what happened? It's like, okay, so she borrowed her phone to this woman, some women, and they posted some nasty things on her social media, and she's crazy right now and she doesn't know what to do. See, friends you keep. So she gave, this time around it's not even online. This is like, okay, let me use your phone and do something. This person just goes ahead and does whatever he decides. So if somebody that you can see physically can do something like that, how much more somebody that you don't even know? So these are things that we need to be careful about. Your social media is supposed to project who you are. See, something that is called principles. A principled person is really appreciated in this world. That's the truth. And if you're not principled, you will find yourself doing a lot of things that sometimes you don't really want to do, but you end up doing.
Prudence. Principled people are not always appreciated. People fight them. People fight them because they want to live their life. They want to do what they want to do. So if you're principled, you set standard. You said, oh, these are my values.
And a lot of principled people look tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
look since they have taken a particular stand, they always look tough, and people don't like them. Because no matter what you do, they will not change it.
They will call you names. They will say this person is too pompous. He knows it all. Any small thing, he'll be like his own. He's the.
But Sambo Solomon, if you're standing for the right thing, you disregard all of that. If you know that whatever, if as a Christian, I know my standard is the Bible, and then the Bible is telling me, oh, your body is the temple of Christ. So why? Because it's now trending. There are some styles fashion styles that are trending that shows your private part, your breasts, your and all of that. So I should do that because I shouldn't see anything wrong with that because it's trending. No, if people are going to call me names, they can go ahead and tell you, oh, Sister Mary, oh, Mother Jesus, and all of that. Yes, stand by it. If you know that what you are doing is the right thing, it's not every trend that you jump into. In fact, see, style is better than trend. Can you choose your own style and live? But you are going to be highly respected when you have a
You
style.
will stand out.
And
Thank you.
I was going to say that.
To add to what you just said, if you create your own style, sooner or later your style
follow.
will trend. You
follow.
see, yes,
That's very true. But what I was going to say is
Yeah.
that if you even have your own standard, you already have your principles. It saves you a lot of stress.
stress. Yeah.
Because
Gives you all this food.
because if you keep exactly, if you don't have principles, you're like, okay, no, they do this trend. No, I have to do this trend. There was a point in time that my family the younger people in my family are like, oh no, we need to do this trend. I have to do this. I'm like, guys, go ahead. I'm not doing this with you. I can't stress myself. Because the more I even stress myself to even try to do it, I just end up finding out that I'm not up to this task. Then it gives you a heartbreak. You try another one, you can't make it to the point that you had envisioned. Your heart is breaking. You try another one, and it goes in circles.
You talk
And
about
at the end of the
stress.
day, you become depressed.
Yeah. You talk about stress. Check it very well. People like that, you find out that they are indebted. Yes. Because if you are following trend, like this cloth, this shoe, this watch, this hair, you will always be struggling to look for money by hook or by crook to meet up. Because this style that you are talking that is trending is with the tailor. He didn't even finish. So when another one is trending, you are rushing to buy the wrapper or to buy the material or something to take it to a different tailor before you collect that one. Is outdated.
You've not had conversations of people that follow trend. It's stressful. I can't even be around you because see, you won't have anything to talk about. You will not have anything to offer than, do you know that this is the latest? Do you know that is the latest? Do you know that you can get this there? Do you know you don't have the money? You want to go extra mile to acquire it. When BlackBerry was raining, who knows that? Whoever thought that today, like
there will be something better
there
than
are people that will not even remember the name, right? And they'll be like, pinging. Everybody wanted it. We saw how that a lot of people lost their lives. Young people, why? Because they wanted to follow the trend. Create your style and stand by it. It makes you unique. It makes you stand out. Like you don't have to, because this hairstyle is a trendy, let me go and do it. That's how you be follow like Jemima said. You are just follow anything that comes, you are there. And before you know it, another one comes. That's one thing with trend. See, the Bible says the devil is rolling like a lion looking for who to devour. If you say that is your focus, if you've made that your God, that's how you be toast left, right, and center. And that is how even on the social media, you see yourself being almost depressed because you always see what people post as their reality. And you feel, left out, or you feel, I'm not making it in life, or you feel, what has happened to me, or you keep saying, village people. There are cliches that they are familiar with social media. Now village people do this one. It's village people that are following you. And when things are not working for you, instead of you to look out for ways to make things happen, like you know that it is your own effort. You're supposed to study, you're not studying because you're always on social media. You failed your exam, you say this one is village people. Like they make excuse for your failures instead of you to look out for ways, take responsibility and say, I failed because I didn't study, so there's need for me to study. You still keep being on the social media, consoling yourself, continue watching the videos, laughing, like making other people, adding to their account balance. And then yours is there sinking and you're blaming village people.
You know what I find distressing and heartbreaking is that a lot of people that are out there doing this, a lot of people that their social media platforms are not doing anything for them, claim to be Christians. And why I say claim to be Christians is because if you are really Christian in your heart, I don't think you would waste that much time doing what doesn't really matter. But that aside, the point I wanted to make is that, can we borrow sense from Solomon? Let us borrow his wisdom. See, when he said that all these things, the riches you're saying, the vanity, chasing after the wind. You know, if you're chasing after the wind, it keeps running. Yeah. So that's what we are doing. Basically, just what we are saying, you're chasing after trends. The trends just keep on running. So you're chasing after the wind, literally. And he said all these things are vanity. So why won't we picture things like that? Okay, so I have it. I can do this. Let me just do it as subtle as it can be. Let me not just put my energy or pull all my resources just to sink into this thing when I do know that it's going to crash. Right now, we are enlightened. We do know that sometimes what we are doing on the social media is not right. So let us borrow sense and make the most of it.
You talk about Solomon.
Sorry to
Mm.
cut you.
Mm.
The Bible says something about the sons of Issachar. They understood the time.
Mm.
We can't take away the fact that we are in a time of technological advancement. You can't remain where you are and be
Yeah.
relevant.
Mm.
Like, you can't be saying, oh, I don't want to be on social media because of all the negative things that are happening there. Good reasons, but you can be deliberate about your space.
Mm.
Who are the people you keep there? What do you also want to do with your space? There are people that their social media handle is just for preaching the word, and they are doing
Yes.
excellent there. They stand for what they believe regardless of likes and comments. And then, like, God helping them, they are also reaching out. We are in a time where
Yes.
you don't even need to travel to countries, to travel to villages before you can
You
reach
don't.
out to people. Like, you can, at the comfort of your home, reach out to so many people,
Yes.
like with your social media platform. So even that business idea that you're thinking of, do you know you can start your business from your own timeline? Like, let's not say, oh, like, we leave the wisdom, we leave the understanding of the time to the people of the world while we fold our arms. I've had people say, oh, like, our members no longer listen to our message, they go online to follow also. Can you now take your message too? Because that we're talking about the social media being like the new social community where people meet and interact. So how can I take the message too there? I have my timeline. Facebook will always ask you what's in your mind.
Yes.
What is in my mind is Psalms 1 verse 1 to 6. Type it
right
there.
now,
You might
yeah.
reach out to somebody.
Yes.
Psalms 23, Jeremiah 29:11. There's
Joyce.
somebody that is giving up on his life. When you post that, you can reach out to that person. So let's not say, oh, no, me, I'm not a social media person. I'm not a what? You are leaving it for the world. If you understand the time, like the sons of Issachar, then you can make use of your data to make impact, to create value, to leave the world a better place.
Exactly.
Joyce, I private chatted people simply because what they drop on their timeline or status. Because at that time, I was the person, that's how I put it, that needed that thing that they just drop. Yes.
Someone has
Several
even
times
messaged
I
me one time like
yes,
that,
I private
said
chat them
something like
so that they will know that this thing they just drop, it got to the right person. I don't know how many people private chat them or decided to take it, but they can't say their mind to whoever posts that thing, you know. And this is how to use your platform, because at a point you don't know who you are reaching
You don't.
out. You don't know. You don't know.
no
And you see, earlier you said something. Be deliberate about your data. Be deliberate about everything you do. Be deliberate about your belief. If you are deliberate about it, you know, like you said earlier, this is a time and season of technology. You understand? And you know, we said it here severally. If this were a time of Jesus, like he's alive now, definitely you will see him on Instagram, you will see him on Facebook, because he came to reach out. So definitely is a community that is there. And because of this social media, that's the reason why we are saying the world now is a global world, because you can reach someone from China within a second. You know, just a click away, you are just there, and you're chatting with the person, and whatever you are communicating, you are adding value if you are being positive. So you see, the data, the reason why I said be deliberate, now you have your data. The question is, why do you subscribe the data first? What do you want to do with it? You ask yourself this question. And then, who are you? You know those things. Then it will guide you on what to do with your data. Because you see, the positivity and the negativity is there. We are all Christians. We have the manual. You know, Christ is our foundation. Then you are expected to be positive by what you post out there. The danger is that if you choose the negative part, the end of it is regret. It's regret. It's either you are doing something funny, at the end of the day you will be like, had I known, I would have used my data to do this, to do this, to do this. Imagine you're supposed to do something in the office, and then you use your data doing something different. And before you know it, the time that you are supposed to deliver that project or that assignment, you have wasted your time doing something different with your data online, and then query comes in, it's regret. That one, you can sort it, right? But imagine that it tempers with your belief that at the end of the day, you will regret. I don't think it's a part that people will like to
And then I also feel that the data, social media, has less of reality. You know, we're talking about data and reality, right? It has less of reality. And then in trying to be real, you have to bring more of reality into the social media at large. You know, you go on social media and you get carried away by a lot of things that are happening that are not real. You see people posting a lot of things that you and I know that they are not real. But those things are the things that are causing you sorrow. They are causing you depression. So why not single-handedly bring reality into the social media? You can start with yourself. Change starts from you. When you change, you will be shocked that many others have been looking for that one person that will start it, and then all of them will do what? They will follow. So you should be the one to start bringing the reality into the world. I heard something that if you want the world to be clean, start by cleaning your own house and surrounding. So imagine every other person cleans his own house and surrounding. There won't be dirt anymore. So you want the reality to come, start bringing it yourself. And I think it would make the world a better place for everyone. Yes.
I just wanted to add that as much as a Christian, you do, in this environment that we found ourselves, in this generation we found ourselves, you do need to be on the social media. However, and I say however again, there's one thing that the Bible says: you cannot serve both God and mammon. So do know that there's a thin line between enjoying yourself and then serving what you are enjoying. So make sure that you make the difference. You know the difference. When you want to relax and catch fun, how far are you going? So that you would not cross the line.
Yes.
Just be conscious about that.
You know, when it comes to social media, a lot of people follow you. There are things that you do that might either strengthen someone's face or weaken the person. You might not know, but somebody out there is actually looking up to you. So what are the things you're posting? There are times that I'm just about to make a post, and when I think of, how will people, like, I have to think, how will Solo view this? How will Jemima see this? What will she make of this? What will he make of this? So if we can start thinking in that direction, first, what is the reason why you're being on that platform? Ask yourself, that's purpose. Why am I on this social media? Is it because it's what is in vogue? Is it because I want to follow trend? Or because I want to make a difference?
I want to respond to someone.
Or because I want to respond to someone. So define purpose. Why am I there? Then be deliberate about your timeline. Who are the people that you're accepting their friend requests, and who are you sending? Sometimes I feel some people just go and they see add friend, yes, add friend, yes, add friend. So you keep sending friend requests, and sometimes you see friend requests from somebody you don't even know, you don't have an idea. You check the person's timeline, you see lion, you see goat, you see flower, like, so you shouldn't accept such friend requests.
I had to shut down my first social media platform because of this thing you said. I had a lot of people, but I could count how many I knew. So I had to shut it down. And then the next one I opened, I was very intentional about those people I was accepting. I was not thinking about a large number now, but I was thinking of impact, value, and all of that.
That's very true. So like I was saying, circle. Who are the people you're accepting their friend requests? If you need to go back and check your friend list, if you need to actually dust your friend list, please do that. So that it has a lot to do with affecting what you stand for, your values and all of that. A lot of people have gone into certain lifestyle because of the kind of information they have actually exposed themselves to on social media, because they felt, my data. Some people saw some people's life that is far from reality, and it got them depressed to even committing suicide because they felt, this is actually the new normal. So we need to be very deliberate, especially when it comes to social media, in as much as, oh, it's advancement in technology, it is what is actually trending, but let's be deliberate about making impact and leaving the world a better place. And it's very important to know that you shouldn't derail from the standard, which is the scripture. So it means that wherever you are, be it the social media, stand for what you believe, represent Christ, let Christ be seen in your posts and in the kind of friends you keep. Now your data, but you have a God whom watches you and watches all the things you actually do. And because of time, this is how far we can go on today's life. Thank you, Sambo Solomon. Thank you, our one and only August visitor. Thank you, Prudence, for doing this. I am Joyce Jakada. We hope you have a blessed day and a beautiful weekend.